In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how some people may not understand your journey and others will think you're crazy. Some people will think maybe you're not being realistic or that, your dreams aren't going to pay off. They're not going to give you a real stable income. Or a lot of people nowadays, they think you need stability. What you really need is, following your dreams. And it's sad if some people can't see that. It's really sad, especially because it gets to the point where they think that stability is sadly more important than the reality of following your dreams. And when you don't listen to what anybody else tells you to do, and if you're only in your own world, who cares if they say, oh, he's in his world, he's not going to listen to you or whatever? Who cares if they say that? People are going to make fun of you, criticize you all your life, and it's not only the way you respond to it matters, but it neither is it your words, but it's mainly your actions that proves that. And even though I've been struggling to kind of provide financially, or I guess mentally, both mentally and physically, kind of. But anyway, I just hope you guys will learn that you can always prove them wrong, but you don't have to prove them wrong in a way where you win the argument. Basically, winning an argument is pointless with people who don't understand your dreams and what you love to do in life. And when you argue with them, you're only wasting your time. The biggest part of people realizing that maybe dreams are more important than stability is when they actually start noticing results. But here's the thing about results is that most people just want external results rather than internal results. People, people want to see either financial income, they want to see you growing more on their terms and not really as much on your terms. They want more approval, and some people realize that they don't need permission or approval for things, but others, they get so fixated and focused on that it becomes part of their lives. And for me, I don't focus on permission or validation from anyone. Yeah, you can listen to one of my songs. It's up here in my album called Breakthrough. It's a pretty tough album, but anyway, um, yeah, that's mainly what's happening with me. Is even though I'm not able to provide financially, it still makes me happy that I'm working on my goals and dreams. And regardless of if people think you're crazy, so be it. Just keep going for your dreams and never give up. Who cares what people think of you, what people say of you? I hope I don't want I don't want people to like feel bad about this or anything, but I hope we're not in this alone together. But I hope that people or anyone can recover, whether that's from addictions, mental health, or let alone your own journey to success. Because even though I've kind of been struggling with the external success, I feel like I've kind of upbring that internal success, which arguably can be more important than external success or results. At least in my case and how I think about it. But yeah, I don't mean for anyone to get offended in this video, but my or if my grandma's watching this video, but my own grandma said to me that I've got to be realistic with my dreams. And there's even my grandpa, he's struggling with a few things I don't want to say, which I know some of what he's struggling with, but I know some of what he's struggling with, but and there's one of my cousins, just a few of my cousins, they either give smirk faces or crusty looks. Some of them do. And they may not understand, but I'm really not into that. I don't understand why people can do that sometimes to you. And also, in this video up here, I mention bullying and kind of how some people can like kind of criticize you for your dreams and goals, but be sure to check that out if you'd like. You don't have to though. Also, this is the step 3 that we're moving on to now. And step 3 is really important because um people should still totally try to understand it, because also before I inexplicably tell you the maybe disturbing results to some people, I'm not gonna tell you them yet, just because it may be sensitive to other viewers. And if you either feel sensitive, or maybe if you don't want to watch this, then either click off the video, or you can keep watching. I don't mind if you click off or keep watching. But anyway, on to the next topic. So something that is really concerning for people nowadays is they get so worried about other people that they forget to worry about themselves. I guess I I don't think I should reframe that word as worrying, but I think it should be working. Some people worry while other people work. And hold up, let me think of a quote real quick. Other people will worry about your future while you consistently work on your future. And some people, like, they don't have consistency. That's obviously not something that's very well known nowadays, let alone or even like a trait for them to have. But I've come to the conclusion that it's more important to work hard on what you do. And yeah, it's really sad and it can get really hard, but I just want you to know that you can keep continuing on this journey. And yeah, I kind of want to make music, and some people oftentimes, actually no, I don't even think it's some people. I think a lot of people. I could be assuming things, but um yeah, personally I don't want you guys to be offended. But some people, they they just think that you can't make any money off of this, or let alone they'll even basically say things about you that aren't even true. And they'll say things just to demoralize their own views or either their own accomplishments, which is mentioned in this video up here. And so they basically do that until they feel satisfied. But here's the thing about that is that they'll never truly feel satisfied. There's this story about this demon who just he feeds on hunger. It's the only thing that he can feel satisfied at, except he'll never really feel satisfied, like I was saying. And so he'll just repeat these patterns over and over again until eventually they basically starve to death. And you actually want to leave with something worth starving for. Are you willing to starve while being uncomfortable with the process of success? Or would you rather starve off of watching other people's lives, constantly comparing yourself, never working on your future, and always blaming others, especially from what I've gotten tons of criticism. I've gotten criticism from family members that have made fun of me. They've said that I've had autism. They've said I've had all these sorts of things in life. They've labeled me. They've basically demoralized their own accomplishments. And people will do whatever they want just to take things away from you, just like that. Whether that's success, mental health, and mental health is part of following your purpose. And so I just really want you guys to realize that, and that that's part of success, no matter how painful things can get. And please pray for me, or just do whatever, even if you don't like that word, and if that word's sensitive to you, just you can support me if you'd like, but you don't have to. And I don't really need validation. Neither do you guys. And I hope you guys can work for things in life. And I'm not trying to force things onto you. If you truly do want happiness, you you wouldn't want to just sit there in life and not work towards anything you love to do. And that's one of the main parts I've mentioned in this video. But anyway, just don't sit there and think about it. Instead of sitting there and thinking about it, you would rather sit there and get things done. Then you'd realize to yourself that maybe working towards things in life is better than worrying about things in life. And so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.